What if I told you that the spark of youth, that sense of vitality, drive, and performance, doesn't have to fade with age? What if, right now, inside your body, there's a natural system waiting to be reawakened, not with pills or gimmicks, but with the right nutrients? Hi, I'm Dr. Edward, expert nutritionist with over 30 years of experience helping men and women over 50 reclaim their strength, energy, and yes, even their intimacy. I've seen countless seniors who thought their best years were behind them, only to discover, with the right changes, they could feel alive again, more connected, more confident, more vibrant in every sense. Today, we're diving into something often whispered about, but rarely talked about openly: your sexual vitality after 50. And here's the truth. Sexual health isn't just about sex. It's about circulation, hormonal balance, muscle tone, mental clarity, and emotional connection. It's about energy. It's about identity. So in this video, I'll walk you through 5 scientifically backed, expert-approved vitamins that reignite that inner spark naturally, boost performance, improve stamina, support hormonal function, and help you feel confident in your own skin again. But stay with me until the end, because I'll also share a bonus tip, a vitamin-like compound you've likely never heard of, but research shows it may be the real game-changer for intimacy after 60. Let's begin. Now, let's ask the real question. Why do so many men and women over 50 struggle with sexual energy, desire, and performance? Is it aging? Is it psychological? Is it hormones? Here's what research says. As we age, the body naturally produces less testosterone, estrogen, and nitric oxide, all of which are crucial for desire, arousal, and performance. Blood flow decreases, stress increases, sleep suffers, and nutrient absorption, especially in the gut, declines. But here's the good news. According to a comprehensive review published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, 2022, certain micronutrient deficiencies, especially vitamins, are strongly linked to reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, vaginal dryness, low stamina, and even depression. Dr. Alex Vermeer, author of Beyond Hormones, The Micronutrient Matrix of Sexual Health, notes that vitamins act like fuel for your engine. Without them, the spark can't ignite. So this isn't just about sex. It's about circulation, oxygen, hormone conversion, and even mental energy. Still skeptical? Then let me ask you something. What if the reason you feel low energy, foggy, disconnected, even invisible, isn't because you're getting older, but because your cells are running on empty? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to turn that around. Let's now dive into the first essential vitamin you need after 50. Vitamin number 1, vitamin D3, the bedroom sunshine. Have you ever wondered, why do you feel more alive, happier, and even more affectionate during the sunny months? It's not just the weather, it's vitamin D3. Here's what science shows. A landmark study in Hormone and Metabolic Research, 2011, tracked over 200 older men and found a direct link between low vitamin D levels and low testosterone. Men with sufficient vitamin D had significantly higher levels of free testosterone, the active form crucial for libido and performance. But there's more. In women, vitamin D enhances estrogen regulation, mood stability, and lubrication, which are all critical for pleasure and satisfaction. In fact, Dr. Michael Holick, leading researcher and author of The Vitamin D Solution, calls vitamin D the forgotten hormone that holds the key to energy, mood, immunity, and sexual vitality. Yet nearly 80% of adults over 60 are deficient. Why? Because as we age, our skin produces less D3 from sunlight, and many seniors avoid sun exposure due to skin risks. But here's the solution. Daily intake recommendation. Men and women over 50, 2,000 to 400 IU/day. Best form, vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, not D2. Absorption tip, always take it with healthy fats, like olive oil, avocado, or a handful of nuts, for best absorption. Food sources, wild salmon, egg yolks, sardines, fortified milk. But supplementation is often necessary after 50. So if you're struggling with low energy, poor mood, and low libido, don't just guess. Get your vitamin D levels tested. Because sometimes all your body needs is a little more sunshine. Mini reflection. Pause for a moment. When was the last time you checked your vitamin levels? Are you giving your body what it truly needs to feel alive again? Let's keep going. The next vitamin might shock you, because it doesn't just boost libido, it literally fuels blood flow to your most vital areas. Vitamin number 2, vitamin B3, niacin, the natural vasodilator. Imagine this. You're about to light a fire, but the oxygen supply is blocked. What happens?
No spark. No flame.
No energy. That's exactly what happens in your body without proper blood flow. And here's where vitamin B3, also known as niacin, steps in. For women, B3 enhances circulation to the pelvic region, supporting arousal and sensitivity. But there's something deeper. Niacin also helps with energy metabolism, converting food to energy, lowering bad cholesterol, improving joint mobility, and reducing inflammation, all of which can enhance performance and desire. Yet, like with vitamin D, niacin levels tend to drop with age. Warning: high-dose niacin can cause a temporary flushing sensation, a red, warm, tingling of the skin. It's harmless, but start low and build up. Daily intake recommendation: men and women over 50, 16 to 35 mg/day. Not high dose unless under supervision. Best forms: niacinamide, non-flushing, or sustained-release niacin. Food sources: turkey, chicken breast, mushrooms, green peas, brown rice. A real-life example? One of my clients, Mr. Ali, 66, came to me feeling sluggish, disconnected from his partner, and constantly tired. His labs showed low D3 and borderline B vitamin deficiency. After 6 weeks of guided supplementation and diet adjustments, he reported, "Dr. Edward, I feel like I woke up. My wife noticed it before I did." That's the power of giving your body what it's craving. Thought question: could your lack of intimacy be linked to your blood flow? In part 2, we'll cover one of the most underestimated vitamins for testosterone, a vital vitamin for lubrication and desire, and a little-known nutrient that acts like nature's aphrodisiac. And remember, a bonus tip is coming. One that ties all this together and may be the spark you've been waiting for. If you're learning something new, hit that like button to tell the algorithm you want more science-backed, senior-focused health content. And don't forget to subscribe, because you're not getting older, you're getting wiser, stronger, and more in control. Vitamin number 3, vitamin B12. The vital spark for energy and nerve function. Now let's talk about a vitamin that is criminally underrated, especially for seniors. Vitamin B12. You see, B12 is your body's ignition key. Without it, your brain slows down, your energy fizzles, your nerves misfire, and yes, your libido plummets. Why? Because B12 is essential for red blood cell formation, nervous system health, DNA repair, and most importantly, energy metabolism and hormonal balance. In fact, a 2015 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior found that men with low B12 levels reported significantly lower libido and erectile function compared to those with adequate levels. But here's the kicker. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food drops dramatically. This is because the stomach produces less of a protein called intrinsic factor, which is needed for B12 absorption. So even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, you might still be deficient. Common symptoms of B12 deficiency in older adults: brain fog, tingling in hands or feet, fatigue, mood swings, and reduced sexual desire or arousal. Dr. Sally Pakalak, author of Could It Be B12?, calls this the hidden epidemic in aging populations. Daily intake recommendation: men and women over 50, 500 to 1,000 mcg/day in methylcobalamin form. Sublingual tablets or B12 injections are ideal due to poor gut absorption. Food sources: beef liver, clams, tuna, eggs, dairy. But again, food may not be enough after 50. Mini insight: A 71-year-old client of mine, retired teacher, came in complaining of low libido and forgetfulness. B12 level? Dangerously low. Within 4 weeks of treatment, his energy returned, and more importantly, he said, "My connection with my wife feels new again." Never underestimate the power of a single vitamin to restore what aging has slowly drained away. So here's a question for you. Could your low desire actually be a nerve signal problem? Let's move to our next powerhouse, especially for women. Vitamin number 3, vitamin B12. The vital spark for energy and nerve function. Now let's talk about a vitamin that is criminally underrated, especially for seniors. Vitamin B12. You see, B12 is your body's ignition key. Without it, your brain slows down, your energy fizzles, your nerves misfire, and yes, your libido plummets. Why? Because B12 is essential for red blood cell formation, nervous system health, DNA repair, and most importantly, energy metabolism and hormonal balance. In fact, a 2015 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior found that men with low B12 levels reported significantly lower libido and erectile function compared to those with adequate levels. But here's the kicker. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food drops dramatically. This is because the stomach produces less of a protein called intrinsic factor, which is needed for B12 absorption. So even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, you might still be deficient. Common symptoms of B12 deficiency in older adults: brain fog, tingling in hands or feet, fatigue, mood swings, and reduced sexual desire or arousal. Dr. Sally Pakalak, author of Could It Be B12?, calls this the hidden epidemic in aging populations. Daily intake recommendation: men and women over 50, 500 to 1000 mcg/day in methylcobalamin form. Sublingual tablets or B12 injections are ideal due to poor gut absorption. Food sources: beef liver, clams, tuna, eggs, dairy. But again, food may not be enough after 50. Mini insight: a 71-year-old client of mine, retired teacher, came in complaining of low libido and forgetfulness. B12 level? Dangerously low. Within 4 weeks of treatment, his energy returned, and more importantly, he said, "My connection with my wife feels new again." Never underestimate the power of a single vitamin to restore what aging has slowly drained away. So here's a question for you. Could your low desire actually be a nerve signal problem? Let's move to our next powerhouse, especially for women. Reflection. Is your love life lacking because your body's inner chemistry is out of balance? The good news? You can restore it gently, naturally, effectively. And now, let's uncover the final vitamin in this powerful list. A vitamin that's more than a vitamin. It's the hormonal switch many have been missing. Vitamin number 5, vitamin C. The unsung hero for hormone health and arousal, yes, vitamin C. Not just for colds, but for courage, connection, and chemistry. You might be surprised to know that vitamin C plays a crucial role in your adrenal function, nitric oxide production, and sexual stamina. Here's the science. Vitamin C helps regenerate other antioxidants in the body, including vitamin E. It supports the production of nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes blood vessels, key to arousal and performance. But perhaps most fascinating, a study published in Biological Psychology 2002 found that people who supplemented with vitamin C reported higher frequency of sexual activity and improved emotional bonding. Why? Because vitamin C reduces cortisol, stress hormone, and supports the release of oxytocin, the love and bonding hormone. Dr. Mark Moyad, MD, MPH, author of the Supplement Handbook, writes, "Vitamin C supports nearly every function involved in physical intimacy, circulation, hormone production, and even mood." Daily intake recommendation: men and women over 50, 500 to 1000 mg/day. Best form: buffered C or liposomal C for gentle digestion. Food sources: kiwi, bell peppers, citrus fruits, guava, strawberries. Quick story. One of my clients, Mrs. Helen, age 69, told me, After 3 weeks on vitamin C and E, my skin felt softer, but more than that, I felt more in tune with my husband again. And that's something I didn't expect from a vitamin. Sometimes what you're missing isn't love, it's biochemistry. So far, we've uncovered 5 essential vitamins. Vitamin D3 boosts testosterone, estrogen, and mood. Vitamin B3, niacin, enhances blood flow and sensitivity. Vitamin B12 fuels nerves, brain, and hormone synthesis. Vitamin E supports arousal, lubrication, and hormone health. Vitamin C lowers stress, boosts nitric oxide and bonding. But here's the truth. Even if you take all 5 of these, there's one more little-known compound that turbocharges everything we've just talked about. It's not a pharmaceutical. It's not artificial. And yet it's backed by Nobel Prize-winning research. And I'll reveal it along with a practical game plan in part 3. So stay with me. Drop a comment below. Which vitamin are you most likely deficient in? Hit like if you're learning something new. Subscribe if you want to rebuild your vitality from the inside out. And remember, you're not aging. You're awakening. Bonus tip: the secret nutrient that supercharges everything. 28:00:32:30. Now, just as promised, it's time for the bonus tip. It's not technically a vitamin, but in the world of senior vitality, many experts now call it a vital molecule. I'm talking about L-citrulline. Have you heard of it? L-citrulline is a naturally occurring amino acid found in foods like watermelon. But what makes it special is what it does inside the body. When you take L-citrulline, your body converts it into L-arginine, and from there into nitric oxide, the same molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation. Dr. Louis Ignarro, Nobel Prize-winning pharmacologist, demonstrated that nitric oxide is the key regulator of blood vessel dilation, the very process needed for healthy sexual function in both men and women. In fact, in a 2011 double-blind study published in Urology, men who took 1,500 milligrams of L-citrulline daily for just 1 month saw heavy checkmark improved hardness, heavy checkmark greater frequency of intimacy, heavy checkmark better satisfaction for both partners. But it's not just for men. In women, L-citrulline enhances pelvic blood flow, sensitivity, and lubrication, all without the side effects of hormone therapies. How to use it: daily dose, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams, preferably on an empty stomach. Often found in powder or capsule form. Works synergistically with vitamin C and B3. What makes it powerful is not just what it does alone, but how it turbocharges the vitamins we've already discussed. Think of it like this. Vitamin B3 opens the blood vessels. Vitamin C helps nitric oxide stay active. Vitamin D and E regulate hormones. B12 powers your nervous system. And citrulline is the on switch that brings it all together. This isn't hype, this is science. So ask yourself, what if the spark you're missing isn't gone? It's just waiting for the right fuel. Let me share a quick story. One of my longtime clients, Mr. Farid, 72, came to me with classic signs: chronic fatigue, low desire, embarrassment around performance, and a belief that those days are over. But after a comprehensive nutrition assessment, we rebuilt his routine. Vitamin D3 plus healthy fats. B3 plus vitamin C combo. A simple B12 supplement under the tongue. Vitamin E through foods and a soft gel. And L-citrulline each morning on an empty stomach. By week 6, Farid's energy returned. By week 8, he told me something powerful. "DrEdward, I didn't realize how much of myself I had given up on." And his wife, she told him, "You're looking at me differently again." And that is what this journey is all about. Not just function, but connection, confidence, love, life. Scientific recap and references. 35:00:36:30. Let's quickly recap the core scientific findings we based today's video on. Vitamin D3, hormone-like vitamin boosting testosterone/estrogen. Holic MF, the vitamin D solution. Niacin, B3, improves vasodilation and sexual function. J-Sex Med, 2011. Vitamin B12 supports nerve and hormonal health, often deficient in seniors. Pacaloc S. Could it be B12? Vitamin E antioxidant that supports arousal, lubrication, and hormone balance. Gynecolobstet Invest, 2016. Vitamin C lowers stress, enhances nitric oxide, supports intimacy. Biological Psychology, 2002. L-citrulline improves blood flow, stamina, sensitivity, urology, 2011. Dr. Luis Ignaro's research. These aren't gimmicks. These are real, proven strategies backed by doctors, researchers, and thousands of patients just like you.